Hi, I'm Jenny. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for spending some time with me today. I am done, well, almost done with reorganizing my studio. I showed you guys the before, probably at the beginning of December, I think. So it's taken me a while. I thought I could do it a little bit at a time, and then I figured out that I wasn't really getting things done doing that. So I kind of had to just dig in and spend a couple of days, and I thought maybe 2 days, and it turned into closer to 5 days. Yeah, it was a little crazy and a little messy, and well, it was a lot messy. So I'm going to show you what the studio looks like. I'm going to show you a bunch of the stuff I took out of it. Well, I'm at least going to show you the stack of boxes that's full of stuff that I took out of it. And then we'll talk a little bit along the way, maybe about why I reorganized it and why I did it this way. And, you know, hopefully I'm kicking off January 2023 feeling a little lighter and brighter. And I feel less weighed down by what I have. So let me show you. Okay, so I still have, I kept all, you know, the two major storage units that I have. As I mentioned before, this is a set of IKEA toy boxes, and they work really well. So this configuration is a single tower. They come in other configurations. You can get them in shorter ones with tubs going across instead of down. But I bought towers several years ago, and then they have the tubs, and you can get colors in the tubs if you want them. I felt like the kind of white, sort of, they're not really clear, they're kind of semi-clear, whitish plastic. I felt like that probably looked the best. I think you could probably, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I'm still fighting being sick apparently. I think you could probably cover the outside. It's like a melamine. So I think on the sides and top and stuff, if you wanted to make it fit your decor, if you got some of the stickable wallpaper, I think that might work. Or you might be able to put some no sand on it and paint it. So anyway, I have rearranged these, reorganized these, moved some of my materials around. Some of my stickers aren't quite staying. Some of my labels, but they tend to curl a little bit on the edges until I stick them down a little bit. So I have moved a bunch of my markers over here next to where I sit, and I have kind of pared down, and I've moved materials and things that I use more often over here. So you can see I have some basic tools, hot glue guns, glue, scissors, cutters, things like that. I'm still doing the full deck challenge, although now I am 2 cards behind, I think. So I need to, maybe this weekend, put in a little bit of time. Then I have all of my markers. I bought, well, I have to tell you, for Christmas, my mother-in-law got me this acrylic marker set. Oh, they're wonderful. I love them. Artex. Nina Rabina has done multiple reviews of those, and so that's where I saw them, and they're fabulous. So then I have all kinds of paper. I've got printed paper in rainbow order. I have solid color paper that it's sort of in rainbow order. I consolidated, so like red, orange, yellow are together, things like that. I have fabric scraps and paper scraps and, oh gosh, printed tissue paper, transfer paper. You can see file folders, all of that kind of stuff. Then I have all the embellishments, washi tape, paper lace, fabric lace. My favorite things, bling on a roll and stick on bling. So I put the bling at the top. I pared down quite a few of the images that I had kept. And I kept pretty much only things that look artsy or drawn, something like that. I didn't keep like photographs of things generally. Excuse me again, I'm so sorry. The exception to that, of course, is people. I did keep some pictures of people, but I also kept a lot of drawing things that kind of go with paper dolls. So You can see I haven't really organized, but you can see lots of drawings and not so many photographs. I haven't organized those yet, so I can tell you I am going to impose some organization based on image size, so small, medium, large, just to make it easier to find things. So I'm going to go into, you know, like the animals, and if it's a small animal, I'm going to sort it, or animals I might sort by the animal. But I have imposed some organization already on some of my markers. So you can see I bought these little bins at Dollar Tree. It was, I think there were 2 or 3 for $1.25. Different sizes where, you know, you got more or less. Like the bigger ones, I think you got 2, and the smaller ones you got 3. So I have put my markers in these little dividers to make it much easier to find what I'm looking for. So those are all my glitter pens. I had tons and tons of gel pens. I only kept the glitter pens because they're really the only ones I use. So my philosophy as I was cleaning out was only keep what you're actually going to use. And instead of, you know, a ton of other stuff like everything you might use, keep what you know you're going to use. And if you haven't used it in a while, you know, give it to somebody else. So you can see how empty this back part is. This was crammed full, very full. The top was all full. Every one of those shelves was full. And now they're pretty much cleaned out and emptied out. For Christmas, I gave Lochinvar some air dry clay and some tools. So I gave him some space here. He's got some trays to dry things on and take things out. Right now, he's in the midst of fixing some of his nutcrackers from Christmas, but he has all of this space is his now. And I gave him a space over here, although I have, you know, like 10 empty bins. So if he wanted more space, he could certainly have it. And then you can see I've cleaned off the entire top of that. That was covered with stuff as well. And I have pared these things down to minimum. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 empty bins across the bottom here. These are larger bins, and I move things over here that are larger or that I don't use as often. So I still have access to them, but they're not taking up the stuff that's closest to me. And I sorted out all of my paint, and I have, so this is one of the things that I hoard. I hoard fancy rolled paper, and I get it, and I think it's beautiful, and then I never want to use it. So I'm going to try to use some of it up this year. There's this, like, it's cat themed, and it's got vintage, you know, reprints of vintage cats. There's this one, which is like algae and stuff. Isn't that pretty? So I should probably unroll some of these so you can see them. Here's one. A lot of these are handmade papers or vintage papers, things, you know. But they're on the pricier side, and I love them, so I hoard them. I'm gonna try to put these back. But I'm going to try to use those up. So that is one of my goals this year. And then over here, you can see I moved my books around. So everything that I might cut up is over here now. So I have books and things that have clip art in them. I have books to cut up. I have already, my husband and I have already taken a large load of books to the used bookstore. And gotten a good deal of credit for some of them, and we have more to take later. I have rearranged my shelves over here. I have empty shelves. I've already passed on all of the cigar boxes that were down there. Those have already gone. There were almost 20 of them, believe it or not. I have a place for all of my journals that are in progress. I have art books and things to give me ideas. So I have things to look at. So while I'm sitting here in my chair, which my cat is now sitting in, I can sit here and get inspired, look at books for inspiration. So I feel like this is so much cleaner and so much lighter than it was. I just feel it was it was really a pain to do a lot of it, but I feel so much better about it. So let me show you some of the stuff that left. So, well, at least the volume. It's hard to see it all. Out here I have a stack of art supplies. That is a very full crate back behind those two wallpaper sample books. There's some boxes there because I'm gonna put it all in boxes and take it out of that crate and box it all up. There's paper, embellishments, ribbon, I mean, you name it, it's there. And that stuff is going up for offer on my to my friends on Facebook and things like that. So I have a lot of art friends who might want some of that. This entire stack over here, and let me tell you, it goes back a ways. All of those boxes and bins. This is stuff, and the boxes have stuff in it, trust me, they're all full. This is all stuff that's going. So you can see, you know, Lochinvar cleaned some stuff out of the storage room too. So there's a little bit of that there, but the vast majority of this pile of stuff came out of my room back there. So those are all things that are going to donation later this week as we load it all up, and then this is all stuff that is going up to some of my local friends here. So you can see how much stuff has gone, and as I said, we've already been to the used bookstore, and I've already disposed of all of the cigar boxes. So a lot of it, some of it's already gone. The used bookstore, there were 2 crates full, 2 more boxes, stuff like that. There were like 5 boxes worth of things that went to the used bookstore, and we probably have more to go that are sitting in another room. So, all right. So I hope 2023 has found you feeling more optimistic, a little lighter. I feel rejuvenated. I feel ready to get started. I have goals this year for drawing more and posting more things on Instagram, and I'm just feeling a little lighter, a little less weighed down and ready to go. So until I see you next time, I hope you have a great day. Remember, use what you have to make your life more beautiful. Bye.